Good evening and welcome to live softball action here at West Beach, South Australia. It's round 2 of the Softball SA Premier League. I'm your host, Kylie Weatherstone, and joining me tonight alongside play-by-play caller James Harris is Sequence international star Reagan Diaz. Welcome, Reagan. It's great to have you back here in Australia. How's it feel to be back?
I'm so happy to be back. I had such a wonderful experience last time, and I'm just really glad that my team brought me back and I get to have it again.
Yes, we're so happy to have you back as well, absolutely. And of course, congratulations on a great win on Saturday against West Torrens. How are the Tigers shaping up this year?
I think we're doing a really great job of building off of where we left off last season, and we had some really good games at the end, and we started off really strong this time, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we do.
Yes, and tonight's game, we have two teams coming off narrow losses in round 1, Walkerville and Sturt. Who are you liking for this matchup?
I've got to say I'm liking Sturt. Their pitcher, Ollie Durham, she's looking really good during their warm-up, and I'm excited to see what her and Sarah Tonkin do.
Yes, so tonight we have two of the pitchers, Ollie Durham from Sturt, who represented South Australia in the under-18s, and Walkerville have their international pitcher, Taylor Caudle, who's a former Division 1 pitcher from Boise State, and she had a record of 551 strikeouts. I think we'd both be happy with that performance if we had that.
Oh, yes. It's a very impressive career.
Yeah, absolutely. And so tonight, as I said, we're looking forward to both pitchers putting on a great performance. So enough from us. We're eager for you to watch the action. So let's turn to the man himself. The 9 years of softball commentary under his belt. Let's from play from Mr. James Harris.
It's the Cats and the Falcons going head-to-head. Who will stalk their prey in search of their first win of the season? Well, hello and welcome to round 2 of the Softball SA Premier League. We play on Gunnerland and is brought to you by the Arkabar. I'm James Harris, and you've already heard from the two-time Cath Coral medalist Kylie Weatherstone, and all the way from Northern California via Seacom Tigers, our colour commentator tonight, Reagan Diaz. Great intro. Well done. Well done. You're both naturals on the diamond, and the commentary work is definitely a B plus. Let's give you a B plus for tonight. I'm kidding. It's got to be great tonight. I think both teams had their chances on their games on the weekend. Sturt, of course, multiple runners left on base, chasing about 3 or 4 against the impressive Port Adelaide Magpies. And Walkerville, they lose on a pass ball on Saturday. So they should be interesting to watch. You mentioned Taylor Caudle out of Boise State University. You mentioned the 551 strikeouts, a school record. She was the National Pitcher of the Week in February earlier this year and tied the school record for career shutouts. So expect that ace on the stripe for Walkerville to be in command of this game. She's got a mix of youth and experience behind her in the defence for Walkerville.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one very big omit that we've seen in the Walkerville lineup at the moment is shortstop Chelsea Robinson is not out there. Sophie King is replacing her there, which will be interesting.
And for the Falcons away team tonight, it's not the same old because of their impressive young talent team that keeps coming through. Abby Weir, Hannah Hutchinson, Abby Kennedy, but there's some familiar names still in the top half of the order. The Tonkin sisters, White Cameron, and the returning Straps on the bench ready to come in. But the duo operating the stripe for the Falcons is normally Adams, then Durham to finish off tonight. It's all going to be on the young Durham shoulders tonight.
Yeah, I think her warm-up was looking really good. She's got some good speed. I think she might be quicker this year than last year, too. And I know she's developing new pitches, and every time we faced her, I thought she had really good stuff. So I think it's a really good choice to start her.
We'll go around the diamond in a moment, but this broadcast is obviously brought to you by our partners, new partners in the Arkabar Hotel. Don't forget to get down to Sporty's Bar. I've got a script. I should have just gone off it. Whether it's dining experience in the restaurant, catching the latest live action at Sporty's Bar, enjoying comfortable and convenient stay in the accommodation rooms, or being entertained by incredible live performances, you'll always be welcomed at the Arc. Another game on tonight over on Diamond 2. It is the Hills Heat versus the Glenelg Rebels. Glenelg playing their first game of the season and Hills defeating Walkerville. You're watching Taylor Caudle with her warm-up. Kylie, happy for you to take us around the diamond. You want me to do it?
You're more than welcome, James.
I'll turn the page over, get it right here. Taylor Caudle is pitching to Sophie Roberts. Georgia Mason at first, Erin Stone at second, Tia Mataira at third base, Sophie King at shortstop, and the outfield left to right is Kelly Bested, Hayley Mayer, and Casey Taylor. That's a new name I haven't heard of, Casey Taylor. What can you tell us about Casey?
To be honest, I haven't either, so it'll be interesting to see how she performs tonight. It's always nervous to play for the great team of Walkerville. Myself, I've played for them. I know what it means to wear that top, so I'm sure she's very proud to be playing in the Walkerville lineup tonight.
There's Sarah Tonkin on screen. She's going to lead things off for the Sturt Falcon. We are ready and set to go. Strap yourself in. We're in for a rip snorter of a game tonight. Taylor Caudle to throw the first pitch for the Cats. Fires it, and it's low to start with. Obviously, a pitcher's tactic. Get on top early.
Always
talking with two pitches to
yes.
my left here. Which one of you going to talk?
Well, something I've noticed is Sarah's stance is a little bit different than I remember last year. Something I know that was tricky for me is she'd
Fouls this one off to the right side.
where she kind of start in the kind of farthest away from the plate and take her step in, which can be pretty deceiving as a pitcher because you think like, oh, she's off the plate, I can come in, go away on her, and then she moves up and she's able to get that outside. But I noticed her stance is different tonight.
At the back of the box as well. Gives herself plenty of room.
That's what I'm talking about.
Half a step in. Fouls this one off, and Caudle will quickly go ahead of the count, 2-1.
Sometimes it could be a good thing for Taylor here. She doesn't know any of these players. Mm-hmm. She's coming in fresh. All she needs to do is throw the ball. And the other side of it is, well, she doesn't know these players, so she doesn't know that this is what Sarah does. So it'll be interesting to see how she approaches tonight.
The advantage, though, is even though she doesn't know them, they don't know her either.
Exactly right.
Low for a ball evens up the count at 2-2. The 551 strikeouts, a school record at Boise State University, came at about 530 innings pitched across her career. So she's good for a strikeout an inning, which should help the Cats defensively this year, who gave up probably about 5 runs an inning, 5 runs a game last year.
Certainly shows that she's happy to attack any situation. She's not going to be scared to throw what she needs to do to get that ball past the batter. So 551 strikeouts, I think we'd all be happy with that record. So be ready to see how many she racks up by the end of the year.
Well, especially the level she played at, that's about 1 strikeout per inning. That's really difficult to do at Division I, but also in the conference that she was in and the teams that she'd be playing against. So that also just speaks to her and her movement and her locations.
Tonkin gets a nice piece of this out to the left side, but it's Kelly Bested who takes a comfortable catch for the first out.
She seemed to time that one not too bad. Probably didn't get exactly how she wanted on there, but she could definitely see that it was coming up to where she wanted it to be. So I think Sarah coming in next time will feel more confident and really go attack her.
Next up to bat for the Falcons is Rachel Tonkin. Second base is Erin Stone, fielding quite deep. So Rachel Tonkin just having a look at the first one for a called strike. Linda White on deck.
Beautiful night here, West Beach. I don't think we can ask for any better weather.
Swing and a miss. Yeah, I was driving in. It's the city of sunsets here in Adelaide. The sky was beautiful, full moon. It's still, there's no breeze. No. I am wearing the hoodie, but that's for a bit later. It'll get
plan
cold,
ahead.
Surely, right?
West Beach, that's right.
I'm saving mine in my bag. I'm going to wait till the last possible moment to put it on.
Tonkin goes opposite field. Tracking in the right side is Casey Taylor. It nips the glove, and runner aboard for the Falcons.
It's a good piece of contact, especially opposite field.
Yeah, Casey was trying to take that ball with her glove out at the time, which probably what we try and teach our juniors is to run with, as we normally would, pumping those arms. So if she kept those arms in there, she may have got a step a bit closer and may have caught that one. It was still a good effort, though.
Well, if Taylor Caudle's going to get a test in this competition,
here we go.
Maybe this batter right here. Also wanting an early look, Belinda White watches one for a called strike.
Bell's in no rush. She's happy to have a look, get the pitch that she wants.
Well, idea was a running bunt, but she pulls out when the ball crossed overhead height.
I've never seen her do that. No, that was interesting. Right thing to pull out. Wasn't her, it was way too high. But yeah, I've never seen her do a running bunt, so that was interesting. Known for her power.
I was going to say, she's one of those hitters there. If you walk her, that's a good result. You're happy.
Change-up gets away from Roberts, and Rachel Tonkin will stand at 2. Job done now. Belinda White has the freedom to free her hands and drive in the first run of the game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So strike was called on that pitch. Maybe
on the attempt?
Maybe on the attempt on the bunt, which was enough to advance the runner still. It's jammed a little and White's able to foul it off.
Good pitch selection there. Make her jam up like that. You'll be happy with the foul ball.
Yeah, and it looks like Caudle's working more up in the zone this game as opposed to her game against the Hills. So I think that's going to be really work in her favor, having both the top and the bottom of the zone.
Now, Reagan, you are right next to the official statistician, so I need you to look over their shoulder from time to time. I'm fairly certain that Rachel Tonkin's hit was counted as a hit. Yeah,
yes.
Single to right field from the official scorers, Jill Williams and Kay Bendel tonight. Just an extra job for you for tonight. If you weren't already nervous, I'll give you something else to do.
Thank you.
That's why I sat in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Timeout called. Sophie Roberts is going to go have a chat with Taylor Caudle just to get the signals right with a runner on 2, just checking things out. The outfielders are just going to delay the game here. They're going for a chat as well. Not sure why. Batter in the box.
Probably a good time to have a chat there. So Sophie's only caught 1 game to Taylor, so just working out what Taylor wants her best pitch to be to here. Oh.
Foul ball, a tip off the bat of Belinda White, which would have been a massive scalp for Caudle and would have sent shockwaves through the Falcons lineup, you would have thought.
Good pitch, though, to keep it low, make her hit a ground ball and give their field a chance to get an out. Oh.
Just missing to go full.
It's a good take.
Yeah, full count now. Good turn it back from Bell here. Still very patient to wait for her pitch. Taylor's now got to put it somewhere close to the zone.
Yep.
We're full, runner on 2. Belinda White will get that walk and a good result, Reed.
Oh, yeah, especially, she got just enough of that 2-strike pitch, just to touch it just enough to foul it to make it difficult for Sophie to catch it back there, and worked herself back into a walk. And now we got 2 runners on with 1 out. It's a really good place to be, especially with Maddie Cameron up to bat.
4-hitter for the Falcons. Crunches the first pitch. A line drive to left field. Bested has a tough time trying to wrestle that ball that was feel like a rocket at her. That's the first run of the ball game. A stand-up RBI double for Cameron, and the Falcons are on the board.
On a first pitch too. So sure, I think you could time that any better. Beautiful piece of the ball.
She doesn't make me sound real good. I know what I'm talking about.
And of course, Sturt with their speed on the bases, scoring that run there.
And it's a really good hitting approach to take. So someone like Caudle, who has lots of strikeouts, sometimes the best way to attack them is early in the count.
Replay thanks to the Arkabar Hotel. You'll always be welcome at the Ark. This is Hannah Hutchinson in the box for Sturt Falcons. Had a pretty impressive rookie season last year. Came in mid-season, I think, for a few games for the Falcons, and just slots in at number 5 with that great swing. Lefties always look better when they swing, don't they?
Yes. It seems to be the thing that lefties just put the ball down, but it's great to see a lefty having a full cut of the ball like that.
Oh, yeah.
Part of that young brigade coming through for the Falcons. Has a swing and a miss at that one. So Caudle, now you can see a couple of her tricks. That one goes past above the bat. Might be able to see a strikeout pitch right here. For the first strikeout of the game, and you could sort of see that was coming. The catcher in me sort of felt same pitch, same result from the one before, and no disrespect to Hannah Hutchison. She's coming up against an accomplished pitcher.
Yeah, but that's what you got to do as a pitcher. You see that the hitter, their bat's under the ball. They're not even close to your pitch. Why go anywhere else?
Abby Weir was the state under-18 MVP for SA last year. Out of the state schoolgirls team as well.
She had a great tournament in Perth. Led by example behind the plate. Came up clutch for a win against Queensland when we needed it.
Justina Adams just making sure that her players know the signals. The two experienced capped Aussie players, Cameron and White, on second and third in scoring position with 2 out here for Ware. It was a late fan at the ball, wasn't it? It wasn't quite a bunt, but it wasn't a swing either. A nervous swing at one above the strike zone.
Because it wouldn't make sense for it to have been a squeeze because there's 2 outs.
I don't think you want Bell squeezing,
Second strikeout for Caudle to end the inning. So 2 strikeouts in that inning, and Sturt still get on the board in the top of the first. You can't ask for more than that as a coach. Let's get the nerves out. Let's put a run on, and it was Rachel Tonkin with a single to right field, brought in by the stand-up double from Maddie Cameron. First pitch swinging from her, and her RBI tally is on the move for this season.
I thought they're really good at bats from the 1 through 4, and that's what you want from the top of your lineup, especially in the first inning. Because, Tonkin came up and she put the ball in play, and then the other Tonkin came up and she put the ball in play even harder. And then you got a really good result. Bell got herself on base, and an excellent result from Maddie Cameron.
But you really want to make sure that 5, 6, and 7 can really get those runs in. So that's where Sturt need to come up next time if they're getting Bell White and Maddie Cameron on. But we need Hattie Hutchison and Abby Weir to get the ball into play and to get those runs scored.
Just looking at the live stream comments, we got a comment from the man on the moon himself. So Spacequake Sports with close-up. Nice job, producer Brandon. The Sturt Falcons lineup: Ollie Durham pitching to Sarah Tonkin, Belinda White at first, Rachel Tonkin at second, Abby Weir at third, and Maddie Cameron at short. Stop the outfield left to right: Ashlyn Mensforth, Abby Kennedy, and Hannah Hutchison. And they've got Tash Straps and Lily Morris on the bench tonight. Ollie Durham, 16-year-old Australian under-18 rep.
Had the privilege of working with her on the off-season. Absolute. I couldn't, she was just been fantastic all winter. Every training, she did everything that we ever asked of her. got the reward to, go away and represent Australia. Great to see her back here doing, working on her craft. She's going to be one that we will be, I'm sure we'll be talking about still in another 5 years, and I can't wait to see how far she gets. And for 16 to be able to come out here and pitch against some of these fantastic batters that we have here in South Australia, it's an absolute testament to her.
Oh, she's a very impressive young lady.
Yeah, no fear.
Well, there's a reason why she's able to come out here and compete against, seasoned players at such a young age, and do well,
Yes.
very well.
Yes.
Well, speaking of seasoned players, we've got Sophie King at the plate, multiple Team of the Years, multiple Premiership player, Stars representative. She goes right side and she'll peel herself a single to lead off well for the Cats. Always great when you're singing a person's praises and they come up money. There's the Yucca Bar Hotel replay.
It's a good piece of hitting. Well, it's funny enough, the 2 singles, both teams' first hits in the same spot.
Yes.
Hayley Mayer shows bunt, pops up a little and just out of reach for both the catcher and the third base. You can say that out loud, Reagan. You don't have to whisper.
We know you would have gone for that. You would have gone for that one. You'd at shortstop, you would have gone for that one.
Well, especially as a ball in foul territory, you got nothing else to lose. I mean, maybe she tags and goes, but that's an out, and your defense should have your back letting you know if she's going.
Shows bunt again. This one's up and out of the zone. Belinda White cuts across to field it and fires it across to Tonkin for the first out. Job done from Mayer. I'm a massive fan of the Women's College World Series, and the commentators call those catches from behind the plate in foul territory game changers. And
Absolutely.
the job ended up being done by Hayley Mayer, and the runner advanced. So we'll see whether or not that has an impact in the game, with Sophie Roberts now to the plate.
And those are the kind of plays where when you make them, they just fire you up so much. And they fire you up and they fire your team up, and it just brings a different level of energy and excitement. And they're just fun. And you look really cool doing it.
I'll never forget Jessie Warren's diving catch at third base for Florida State.
And she doubled her off at first,
Then
too.
doubled her up at first. I think it was a Sports Center play of the week or something as well. She and it did. They fired them up. They ended up winning the World Series that year. Swing and a miss. It bounces, so they have to make the play. White will finish it off from a Sarah Tonkin throw.
3 good pitches there from Ollie. Low outside, change up, got her. That's and she hit the spot every time.
Yeah, and good knowledge from Sarah Tonkin,
Exactly.
knowing how her pitcher works and
Yes.
knowing what pitches to call to get the batter out.
Tia Mateira is up to bat for Walkerville, a transfer from Port Adelaide in the off-season, a state under-18 rep, schoolgirls national champion in 2023.
I'm looking forward to seeing her compete at the A grade.
Well, she made the move to get a chance to play in the Premier League. I think her sister even played on the weekend.
She did, that's right. Good pitch.
Yes, sat on a change-up and was able to put the ball into foul territory, so only just missed.
So Ollie's really worked on her change-up in the off-season, trying to get the look like a fastball, and that one fooled me. I didn't think that was going to be a fastball then. So,
And it's a great spot, especially with 2 strikes.
yes.
It's close enough that it could maybe be called a strike, but also far enough that she can't get good barrel on it.
Durham showing a couple of tricks on the last few pitches. Change up, rise ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I gotta say, I'm really happy to see Ollie working that rise ball, and especially working it into games, because that's how you're going to build the confidence with it. And I think she's going to have a lot of success adding that into her pitching repertoire.
She actually picked it up pretty quickly And then it was
I'm
just
not
a matter
surprised.
of just repetition. And said, look, just throw it. When it doesn't matter, throw it. And now she's got the confidence to throw it with a runner and 2.
Absolutely, that's huge.
Good pitch.
Well, both pitchers ending the first inning with 2 strikeouts. Durham strikes out Roberts, leaving the runner stranded at second. Mateira also a strikeout victim. So pitchers duel perhaps on the cards tonight, 2 strikeouts apiece.
It was actually before the game. He managed to catch up with both the coaches and just ask what they thought of the game tonight. And both of them were talking about batting. They're saying that batting is what's going to get them this game. So both of them wanted to be very attacking and try and get those runs on the board as soon as possible. Take some pressure off. So we'll be looking forward now. So, we're getting down to this is innings 2, so we'll get to the top of the lineup in the next innings or so. So they would have all seen the opposition pitcher by then. So it'll be game on.
Well, let's look at last year's ladder. Walkerville scored 57 runs for the year, so averaging only a little bit over 2, giving up 5 runs a game. Absolutely, hitting's going to be a key, but they dropped their game on the weekend against Hills. Heat 1-0. Zali Summers threw a beauty for the Heat.
She did. It was very much a pitcher's duel, that game. A 1 pass ball, and Abby Bashan stole home and got there. So, yes, it was definitely a pitcher's duel.
We'll start things off in the top of the second with Ollie Durham. Love watching the pitchers who can hit. Maybe we'll see Taylor Caudle get in the batter's box at some time this year.
Ollie can actually run. She's one of the quickest. In the under-18 last year, she was one of our quickest runners as well.
Yeah, a graduate with honours of the Kathy Lambert Sprinting School.
Exactly right.
Pitchers are athletes too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, that's enough about pitchers tonight, I think.
I wouldn't include myself in that. Even back then, no. But Reagan, yes.
Oh,
Your
thanks.
performances, absolutely.
I'm going to have to speak to Anthony about having 2 pitchers as co-commentators. Durham, a swing and a miss on that first one. So Caudle going upstairs to get ahead of the count 0-2.
Back to what you're saying about the 2 runs scored versus 5 runs given up. I think Caudle's going to do a really good job for them this year, keeping that runs against count really low. And so just like you were saying, the hitting's going to be really important for them, for this Walkerville team to get behind their pitcher and score those runs, especially if she's going to be keeping it 2-1-0, like the other team to 2 runs, 1 run, 0 runs.
No Chelsea Robinson last year, missing again tonight. Did play on the weekend. Strikeout looking, 3 strikeouts in a row for Caudle now, and this will bring Ashland men's 4th to the plate.
Another under-18 state player from last season.
Cutting the inside edge there. Great replay from Spacequake Sports and a terrific call from our very experienced blue behind the plate, Damien McCall, Steve Wallace-Yarra umpiring chief over at first, and third base umpire is Ian Gray. Ashland, another one of the young Sturt Brigade, a state representative. Part of that crew that won the Schoolgirls National title. They won a bronze this year. And patiently, she wanted to have a look at a couple. Goes to a 1-1 count. As the game goes on, we might have a look at the eye score, see what the first pitch percentage is. Maybe the Falcons can take a leaf out of Cameron's book. You know, stand-up double first pitch.
Get after it.
Whereas others going deep in the count are you know, chasing bad pitches or, you know, just missing the edge. So Caudle's showing that she's able to dominate if she can go deep in the count.
Yeah, especially second, third time through the line, because the first time, I know personally, I don't like to swing at the first pitch in my very first at bat against a pitcher. But as I start to see him, and you know, I have my timing down, and I kind of have a better idea of what they're throwing, that's when I definitely believe a hitter should be comfortable hacking at the first one, good one they see. And if it's the first pitch, so be it.
Yep.
Men's 4th, fouls that one off to go 1-2. chops at this one. It goes foul.
Just got jammed.
Danger pay for our Space Quake Sports cameraman.
Good take. Especially with 2 strikes, you know, sometimes you get a little antsy with 2 strikes.
That's right. And pitches, we seem to make sure we don't throw anything too fat, especially with 2 strikes. We want to make them try and chase, but she didn't take the bait.
Yeah, it's a nice at-bat. She's gone to a full count now after being 0-2. Some bat on ball with a couple of fouls as well.
Yeah. Taylor took her time then. You could just see she relaxed. But right, this is what I'm going to do. She did it. Good pitch.
Beautiful spot.
She looks very controlled, doesn't she?
Yes.
Nothing's getting to her, but she knows just that she needs to take a second.
Another one cutting that inside edge. So Caudle's go-to strikeout pitch, or at least for a strikeout watching, has been down and in. Whereas we've seen her go upstairs as well for a couple of strikeouts against Hutchison and Ware. 4 strikeouts on the trot for Caudle. Yeah, you mentioned how she took her time. I think that may have even put men's fourth off a little bit with some rhythm, that she was starting to get some momentum.
Absolutely. You know, pitcher's role is to put off the batter as much as possible. And if that means taking an extra second or going even a quick pitch, that's part of our repertoire.
Yeah.
Abby Kennedy is the 9-hitter with 2 out. On the move and fans at that one. When you see a batter on the move, you can both answer if you like, but you know, you're looking for that outside edge, right? Because they're already cheating with that half a step towards first base.
And, you know, sometimes slappers, they're looking to put the ball onto that side, so sometimes they're a bit more aggressive with that outside edge, too, because it's in a spot where if they do it well, they can control it a lot better. So that's when you, like, screwball away. Something tailing away, something tailing down. I personally like to go inside. Should stop talking like that.
Yeah,
Give away all
your secrets go.
Strikeout swinging. So Caudle strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3 inning, make it 5 in a row for the American. And Walkerville now will have a little bit of momentum coming into their home half of the second inning. There's the 3rd strikeout, swinging a high pitch.
5 strikeouts is a good start to the game. You'd be happy with 5.
Oh, yeah.
I think Sturt need to, you know, readjust what they're doing, swinging at some couple of bad pitches there and leaving some good ones for strike 3. So they need to reassess what they're doing.
Yep.
On their second time they're going to face her.
Yeah, you start thinking about the balls that have been hit hard in play, where those have been in the plate. Are they high? Are they low? You know, what pitches of hers that the Sturt is hitting well, and then continue to attack those. And like you said, like try to do your best to leave the ones that are up, especially
Yes.
up balls. I find are very hard, especially when you get in the zone and you want to hit, and then you see it up. You're like, there it is.
There it is. That's right.
Just around the grounds quickly, the game over on Diamond 2 tonight. It is the top of the second, so we've only gone through, completed 1. Halfway through the second innings, Glenelg has a 6-run-0 lead against the Hills Heat. We'll give you more updates as that game goes on, including batters to watch, etc. First pitch is a strike on the outside edge. This is Steph Gold, the designated player, hitting for Taylor Caudle. You look at the Walkerville lineup, you got experience in the top 3, and then from 4 to 9, they're all youngsters, aren't they? The players of the future for the Cats.
Which is great to see, really, for Walkerville, getting some juniors coming up there. This is all going to be experience for them. So in another 4 or 5 years, they will have all this experience, and they'll be able to help the next lot that'll come through. I know Bindy's put in a lot of work with promoting the juniors at the club. A lot of training sessions that she's been putting on, so it's great to see that Walkerville are, starting to see some production out of that and get some of these juniors playing A grade.
Absolutely.
Nice pitch from Durham to go 3-2 and fights back into the count. Low for a ball, a lead-off walk for the Cats, and goal is aboard. Georgia Mason's going to come to the plate. Really impressed in her first year in the Premier League. I think in her first game she put one to the fence, and looks like she's a little bit more comfortable in the Premier League now. Ushoba fouls it off. Just dropped the hands a little bit as that one came in.
Tried to reach for it a bit too much. Let the ball come to her. It's funny, during Ollie's training for the Australian team, she pitched to Georgia Mason. So Georgia's seen a lot of Ollie's pitches.
Bun attempt again. It's terrific to know that the clash of these two youngsters, opposition teams, but they train together in the off season. They're working together in state teams as well. It's such a terrific part of the Premier League competition. With an 0-2 count, she gets a little bit of the ball, a slow roll at a shortstop. We're at third, just in two minds whether or not to cut off the shortstop, Maddie Cameron, who charged in. Maybe a slight hesitation there as Ware come across on the Arkabar Hotel replay. Goal advances to 2. Mason safe at first.
I think, to me, that one boils down to communication. As you can see, like the pitcher, third base, shortstop, all of them had a chance to field it.
Again, just out of reach of both the third base and the catcher. 2 runners aboard, Gall and Mason, and this is Casey Taylor. Did we see someone handed us some notes? She's just 15, about to turn 16. She's played in about 4 or 5 different competitions around the state. Been a journeywoman, and she's just a teenager.
She's played everywhere. She's got Port Perry, Riverland, Hills, Central Districts before coming to the Premier League. Yeah, she's 16th birthday in 6 days on the 22nd of October. She's year 10 at Charles Campbell College, and she's in the under-18 state squad.
Here we go, player of the future, one to watch as she goes down looking against Ollie Durham for the first out. And yeah, chances of scoring with runners at 1 and 2 and none out are pretty good, but 1 out with runners at 2 and 3 are even better. Here's Kelly Bested. That one cutting the outside edge.
Great spot there. Sarah didn't even move a glove.
And we're talking about all these youngsters, and I think one of the things I think is so great about the Premier League is that players of all age, if you're good enough to play, you play. And I think that's such a wonderful opportunity because as a young player, you get to play with and against players who have been in the league for a really long time and have, like Belle White being part of Aussie Spirit, and you've got multiple players on this field who are part of the state teams and who get to trial for the national teams. And it's just so many different levels, and how often do you get to compete against people who are older than you and have more experience and learn from them in the middle of games? I think it's wonderful.
Change of pace, and Durham goes low in the zone. Ahead of the count here, 1 and 2 with runners at 1 and 2. again for a ball. 2-2 count, bottom of the second. 2 runners on, 2 out.
He really needs to pitch a good strike here.
Yeah, only 1 out.
Just a bit low.
Yeah. Thanks, producer Brandon. I thought my alliteration was on point, and life member Jill Williams points out the mistake. And I get an apology from producer Brandon. So
Sounded good.
All is good. Esther just chops one into the plate, goes into foul territory, Belinda White all over it, but runners will reset.
What you're saying, Reagan, is so true, and you find a lot of these players will then go back and coach junior teams as well for their own club or state or whatever. So massive community here, which has been an asset for South Australia over many years.
Absolutely. And I think for me that's part of what makes it so enjoyable, and what I have had such a positive experience playing here is because I get to play with players of all different levels, and I get to give back to the game.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's brought me to a completely different country. It has so much to offer, and I love that this association has so much to offer as well.
Nice pitch from Durham, goes to the outside edge. Bedstead fans at that one for... That's Durham's 4th strikeout, and you two are going to make me choke up here. That's exactly what this community is meant to be about. It's about fun and enjoyment, working together. We're a small community in this state. Softball's a massive sport across the world, but you know, you get past your differences on the diamond and everything else falls into place, and that's what I love about hearing something like that, Reagan, giving back to the community, and you know, just makes me feel like that the future of this sport's in great hands when we've got people like that as part of our sport. So thank you for filling my cup up. That was beautiful. Thank you.
I don't know what to say. I just you're welcome.
Well, I think it's a testament to you that
so
you obviously enjoyed it that much that you have come back. You're also committing to being a coach of the under-18 team for Seacombe, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And all the international players, especially at Seacombe, are helping the juniors, which is what we need as well. It's been fantastic to see all of them do it.
I'm excited. This is my first season as a head coach, so that is going to be a new experience for me, but I'm really looking forward to it. And I feel like I have a lot of support from Neely, our other import. She's coaching the 16s, and it's a good piece of contact right there.
Erin Stone's the 9-hitter. It drops in. Walkerville's got to score their first run of the season. Make that 2. Gall scores. Mason scores. It's a stand-up 2 RBI triple to Erin Stone. All smiles. Look at that.
Very happy with that hit. Just got past the right field there, Anna.
Aqaba Hotel replay. This one's got to drop just inside the line. It gets away from the left-handed Hannah Hutchinson as well, so it wasn't glove side. She had to go backhand, and then there was a slight fumble there from the second base player as she runs the ball in. The 2 runs have already crossed the plate. Let's have another look on the reverse angle as Sophie King comes to the plate. We might go back to that in a moment.
Well, I mean, that's a good job of her in keeping her hands inside the ball, getting the ball on the barrel, and it just sneaked into fair territory.
And that's where you want to hit the ball.
Oh, yeah, because it hits and tails.
And she's standing at third base, safe as.
Oh, yeah. And she just put her team up by 1 run.
King fouls this one off. Here's the Aqaba Hotel replay, thanks to Spacequake Sports. Coach Stansfield waving the runners through. There's Steph Gold. She'll touch the plate. And here comes Georgia Mason. Brilliant for the Cats to see Erin Stone with the first RBIs of the season for their team. This one gets away. She's quick as well. She'll slide in safely. 3 runs across the plate. They come from batters 5, 6, and 9 for the Cats. Erin Stone was one of the team captains of the Dragons tour to Singapore a few years back. Plenty of experience in the Premier League now. Let's have a look at the Aqaba Hotel replay. Gets through the legs of Tonkin.
Well, you know, it just goes to show how important it is to have production all up and down your lineup.
Absolutely. And she picked the go straight away. She didn't hesitate. She saw the ball go.
King, a ground ball to Ware on the
That's
move,
a nice play.
and makes a play on the run. Reagan, I'll get you to call it. That was beautiful.
Oh. Put me on the spot.
Well, you said it's a nice play.
Oh, it's a beautiful play. She did a great job I thought she did a great job. She got it on the short hop, which a chopper like that, if you get it on to like a middle hop, is kind of weird. And so, here it is.
On the Aqaba replay?
Oh, yeah, she reads it perfectly, charges it, gets it while it's still in the air, and makes a good throw on the run. Because, if she tries to set her feet, then that runner would be safe. So she's got to throw it on the run. She makes a good throw. Did exactly what she needed to do.
And she's got safe hands at first base, so she knew she could let it go and knew Bell would get it.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 runs cross the plate for the Cats after 2 complete innings. They will take a 2-run lead. So Caudle's got a lead to work with here this week on Space Quake Sports. If it hasn't been a big enough week already, this weekend in the Premier League, the Glenelg Rebels versus Seacombe Tigers, Reagan, 3 p.m. live on Space Quake Sports. Then Tuesday night, we've got the Hornets versus the Chargers in the Sunshine Under-21 Classic. Wednesday night, Port Adelaide Magpies versus the Glenelg Rebels. If you love your softball, stay on Space Quake Sports. They've got all the best coverage. 4 states, Space Quake, across this season for softball. Am I too early to say negotiations with Softball ACT? Maybe I am. David will kill me for mentioning that. But 3 states and a territory, I'm corrected. Thank you very much. How good Space Quake Sports. 9 seasons ago. Start in little old Adelaide town. 8.5 million views later on our social medias.
Nope.
Now everyone wants it.
Really and truly, though, everyone I talk to, one of the things that I also really enjoy about playing here is the stream. Is this.
Absolutely.
I think Space Quake does an excellent job the way that the camera's cut, and we got these commentators. It makes it, it makes it feel like the real deal. And I mean, you feel special when you're playing and you like watching yourself. And I think it's legit. I tell everyone it's one of the best streams I've ever seen. So
I wish we had it back in my day. Can you imagine some of the characters back then?
Absolutely. The Premier League just on show, and
fantastic.
And we love it. We love bringing the softball. It brings us all joy, but it also promotes the sport.
Absolutely.
Better than anyone in the country. And Reagan, Sarah Tonkin just chops this one up the middle. Erin Stone
with her speed, and that's her and Georgia Mason. Both great examples of why it's so important to run hard no matter where the ball is.
Absolutely, never give up because you never know.
For an infield single, let's have a look at the Aqaba Hotel replay. Stone has to cut across to her right, plants the foot, gets the throw across, and Tonkin beats it out with the pace. Now, Rachel Tonkin has an opportunity to advance her sister. Shows bump. Mason picks it up. Goes for the throw rather than the tag. Sarah Tonkin slides in safely to second. Job done.
It was a very high pitch to go for, but she controlled it really well, kept it just inside the line.
And it's a good pickup by Mason.
Yes. Interesting she didn't tag her.
That's the second bunt that we've seen tonight above chest height.
Yes. Always taught to start at the top of the strike zone, so if you're going to go higher, that's a ball.
Yep.
1 out runner on 2. White fouls that one off.
First pitch. Bell's gone for the first one that time.
Mason's done well to pick that up before it goes foul as well. Belinda White, 0-1, aggressively gets after the high one, 0-2 now, so 2 foul balls for White.
2 pitches, two foul balls. Bell obviously wants to get after it.
Just backs herself, doesn't she, in any situation?
It only takes one. So I keep saying to my players, it only takes 1 pitch.
Up and out.
Yep.
For a ball. White now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Taylor trying to make Bell chase it, but Bell was onto that one. Being a catcher, she knows exactly what she was going to happen then.
Will be interesting interesting to see what happens if a second out comes, to see who the runner will be for the catcher's speed up. Straps and Morris on the bench for Sturt. One's a returning player and one's a pitcher, so might be from the lineup. Should it happen, Belinda White up to that shouldn't doubt her abilities one little bit.
So the rules is out that they can use a runner from the lineup already, as long as it's not in the next 4 batters.
That's right.
I believe that's the rule, yes.
Fouls this one off, and anything that's over the plate, even if it's a little high, you're in the danger zone because Belinda White will crush you. She's battled back to a full count.
Second time
rings
tonight
on the
she's
forearm.
done this.
You saw that on the footage. Yeah, she got that walk in the first inning after being behind in the count. Tonkin still on 2, and then she just drives it up the middle. Sarah Tonkin will score, and it's a 1-run ball game. Belinda White, RBI single.
Massive, great turn at bat there from Bell. Just controlled it, got her hands out in front, put it up the middle, scored the run. It was halfway through, it was heading towards 2, but the ball was cut off. Not giving her that chance to get the second. Nice pick up there.
Yeah, Hayley May has done well, but Tonkin's always scoring on that. Here's Maddie Cameron, first pitch swinging, first time up to bat. Watches a called strike here with the runner on 1 out. Rachel Tonkin a single, a run, and a sacrifice bunt.
I think that's a really well-placed pitch for the first pitch, knowing that Maddie was first pitch swinging the last at bat and hit it really well. You know, puts it a little bit more inside. That's what, we like to call it a pitcher's pitch. Whereas a hitter, you don't really, you know it's a strike, but you don't really, you can't maybe really hit it well. So for a first pitch against that kind of a hitter, it's a really good spot.
Belinda White, aggressive around the bases. Took about 18 steps past second before coming back. Previous pitch, just getting away from Sophie Roberts behind the dish. It was a change-up. This one low, down and in. Roberts just have to be a little careful with her framing with an aggressive runner on base as well. Like, you blink and you'll miss it. You'll see a runner take off. Diaz, one of those menaces around the base.
I try to be.
Keep the field on their toes.
I think it adds to the game because I don't know what you're going to do.
It's fun.
If I don't know what you're going to do, I don't know what the other fielders are doing. So I think it just adds to the game. You need it.
Right, and it's all about, balls hit and play. Think about the primary play, but there's so many secondary plays to be made. And I think, especially for, the juniors that I'm working with, that's something I'm going to really do my best to help them understand.
Maddie Cameron just a little ahead of herself there. This one will hit the top of the zone. Let's have a look at the Aqaba Hotel replay, and cuts the inside edge.
Damien saying, yep, you can stay here for another one.
It's been called all night.
It's another one you love as a pitcher, don't like as a hitter.
Just jams Cameron a little bit and read out on the tag made by Mason at first, and a nice heads-up play from Mason as well, because as soon as she completed that tag, she looked up at third for the runner. Let's have a look at the Aqaba Hotel replay.
She did the right thing there by going forward, because then she could worry about the runner. If she was going to throw the ball back to first base, Bell could have, maybe. I don't think she probably would have, but there's an opportunity there by attacking the runner, getting safely, tagging the runner. So she had the other hand there in case didn't want that ball to come out. So she did play that one perfectly.
And, we're talking about secondary plays. So she makes the primary play by the tagging, and then she's popping up and she's looking at the runner on third, and that's a secondary play, because say she's not paying attention, she just kind of flicks it right back. Bell's got the speed, and she's heads up, and so, she could take the base.
Hannah Hutchinson swing and a miss on this one. An important at-bat here for the Falcons. Runner on third.
Really needs to concentrate here, making sure that bat makes contact with the ball here.
It's pretty much the same situation they were in the
Yes,
first inning, weren't they?
Yes, it is.
Just under it again. So for a young batter, seeing a rise ball coming at you, you know, for one of the first times in your career, I'm not saying she hasn't seen one before, but it's hard to catch up on as well. So she just needs to make a slight adjustment, get the ball into play. That runner on three could tie the game up for the Falcons. As Caudle into her motion.
That was close.
I know for myself, when I'm under, my mental adjustment is I think about like karate chopping down on the ball. Because I know that I'll meet somewhere halfway in between, and at least I can make contact and hopefully foul it off until I get a better pitch to hit. But
She'll go down swinging for the third out. Runner stranded at third base. So strikeout number 6 for Taylor Caudle, and Walkerville will go into the bottom and the home half of the third inning with a one-run lead.
it's a really good job by Sturt to chip away. There's a lot of game left. You know, something that a lot of my coaches have told myself and my teammates is, one at a time. And so I think they're doing a good job of that. Score one this inning, hold Walkerville, score another one next inning. Next thing you know, you're tied back to 0-0.
Well, we are bringing you live softball action from the Softball SA Premier League. We're in round 2. The season's underway. We've seen 4 teams with a win so far. Glenelg playing their first game tonight. We might go to the high score to get an update of that one. But it feels like the competition is so different to last year already, doesn't it? We've seen Seacombe, let's call it an upset, defending 2-time back-to-back premiers West Torrens. You blanked them 5-0.
Well, I got to give the team credit. We played very clean and very good defense. That, like I said in the interview, the end of last season, that's the point that we had gotten to. Like, our defense was really stepping up and we're playing really good defense, and we just picked right up from that point. And we put the ball in play. We had very few strikeouts. We put the ball in play, had really good hits, and really good defense that backed myself and then our other pitcher, Whitney, up. And so I think we just came together really well, and very exciting and a very big win for us.
Now, we'll get to my point in a moment. Great time as this one gets away from Tonkin. It's not like a pitcher to forget about their catcher, Neely Peterson. Towering blast.
Oh, I was so happy for her. She's wonderful.
What was it, 3-run home run or something?
2-run.
2-run home run, and she had 3 RBIs for the game?
Yep. Oh, yeah, she's a force behind the plate and at the plate. So very happy that we picked her up, and she's just a great person, too. I'm living with her and Becky right now. We're just having a blast.
Amazing. Looking forward to seeing her in action next Wednesday.
Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
This Saturday, Seacombe Tigers versus Glenelg Rebels. And Glenelg Rebels are 7-0 up in the top of the third over on Diamond 2. Sasha Penglace, a couple of hits. Jade Peterson, a couple of hits. Gemma Sharkey, formerly Cochrane, with a hit as well. Great pitching from Ollie Durham to get the lead off in the bottom of the third inning as Hayley Mayer goes down swinging. So Durham now with 5 strikeouts.
So
That's a great
Ollie's
score.
had a hit and a walk the first 2 start of the innings, first batters. It was great to see her get a strikeout then.
And I think that's a great spot, especially against a lefty who's slapping.
Yes.
Making them go up and away, because like we were talking about, they want that outside pitch to kind of just poke it that way and try to beat it out. So it's a great chase pitch, and we got the result she wanted.
Sporties Bar at the Aqaba Hotel. It'll be the Sporties Bar player of the night so far. It has been about 55 minutes into the game. Could be anyone's at the moment. Erin Stone stand out for me. A stand-up triple, 2 RBIs, but the 2 pitchers battling away here. 5 and 6 strikeouts respectively.
This is going to be a tough one. I'm going to have a tough time with this one.
Just thinking the same thing. Definitely making it tough for us.
Roberts gets under this one and it will go foul. I believe that we're going live to Sporty's Bar tonight as well. So great partnership with the Bar Hotel, supporting the live stream of the Softball SA Premier League, and also giving the punters something to watch on a Wednesday night at Sporty's.
I mean, it might be biased, but I think softball's a great sport to watch.
Plenty of action.
Definitely entertaining.
Yep.
Fast game. And we just really good pitching performances from both teams. And I think that's also why it's so hard, because both pitchers are pitching excellently, and we've had lots of really good at-bats and really big hits at the plate from both teams. So
Roberts with a nice piece. Ware just clips the glove. Would have been a great play. Men's fourth does well, backing it up in foul territory. But Sophie Roberts with a stand-up double. Let's have a look at the Bar Hotel replay. Just drills it into the deck, hits it hard, and will stand up at 2.
Outside pitch, she's pulled to third base then.
I think it was a changeup too. She got just enough barrel for her to hit it hard enough into the ground for it to go over. And you know what? Hit's a hit.
Tia Mateira watches that one for a ball. It's hard. Sounds hard, doesn't it? She's got a nice bit of speed on her here, Ollie Durham, as it slaps into the glove of Sarah Tonkin.
Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing. Just listening, she's really popping the glove.
Nothing better, though, is with the catcher catching it right in the pocket and on the pitch, and you think,
it's a beautiful sound. Makes you feel so good as a pitcher.
Absolutely, it does. Good battle here, Ollie, Tia. Teammates in the under-18s last year.
Fouls this one off. Just the news coming through from the backfield. Rebels now 8-1 up in the top of the third. They scored 7 in the second. And the Hills Heat using a couple of pitches.
Which, I mean, it's hard to say without watching the game, but that makes me think of that Glenelg, their hitting lineup, especially the performance that Zolly had against Walkerville. You know, she had a shutout performance, and Glenelg got the, I don't know if she's pitched this game.
I don't think Zolly's here, no. She's gone back to Queensland, so.
Disregard.
Fouls it off.
Never mind then.
Yeah, it's the Glenelg Rebels lineup. There's not too many changes from last year. Mackenzie Ween is a notable inclusion. And Emily Price, just missing Johanna Grauer, one of our faves. Oh, it gets away from Tonkin. Cameron does well to back it up. Nearly as a play at third as Roberts turns, looks, has a think, thinks better of it, and Mateira is aboard safely.
Talking about that short hop and that long hop. I think part of why she got eaten up right there is instead of charging it and getting it on the short hop, got it as it was coming up.
As well.
Yeah. If she had attacked it, she
well,
would have got it out before it got that high.
Because you're right, it is nasty spin coming up, and
Yes.
so that's why you want to better your chances by getting it right when it comes up off the ground rather than letting it come up to you.
She was on top of it, so may have had a little bit of a different spin. There's Stansfield with control of her runners, as Roberts thought that one was up the middle.
Well, Maddie, fantastic to get across there and back her up there. Stopped Sophie going home then. So,
all right, I'll get you to look over Jill Williams' shoulder if it's in red or green for Mateira. A error is the official. The 4 runners now at the corners with one out for the Cats. With that 1-run lead, Steph Goll led off the second inning with a walk. She's in the box.
Walkerville here with a 1-3 situation, so we'll see what runner's going to do. Tia's got a bit of pace on her, so.
Hard hit shot into foul territory. Well, it's a test here now for Durham, isn't it? We've sung her praises, but can she dig her way out of a hole here with trailing by a run, runners at 1 and 3 with 1 out. Right hit shot, she does well to field it, holds the runner at third and fires it across for the second out. Martira over to second base, so runners on 2 and 3. There'll be a timeout and a catcher speed up. 49 coming in to run for Sophie Roberts.
That's an excellent grab and really truly saves a run because that's a ball up the middle, so it's going to be a difficult one for, you know, as athletic and as strong of an arm as she has. Maddie Cameron up the middle, it's a hard throw to make. So Ollie making that grab, filling her position really well, saves herself a run, gets herself an out.
And did the right thing by looking at the run at third first.
Absolutely.
She knew she had time to get the out at 1, which was making sure that Sophie wasn't going anywhere.
Georgia Mason, first pitch swinging. There's 2 out.
It's good game sense, knowing the speed of the runners on base and knowing how hard the ball was hit right at her, and that she did have, you know, that extra second to take a look.
It's all reflex there. She just stuck her glove up there and got it. So it was a really good take. Pick up there from Sarah.
Courtesy runner 49 for the Cats is Jamie Mataira. So the two sisters are running on 2 and 3 for the Cats. Georgia Mason had an infield single her first time up to bat.
Okay, so it's an important out because we got 2 speedies on the base, so you know anything that's into the outfield, you got 2 runs scoring. So it's a really good situation for Sturt to get themselves out of.
Oh, good pitch from Ollie. Challenged her.
Always a tough pitch to hit, down and away. Just cutting the edge of the plate. Mason didn't do too much wrong there, except perhaps not going with the ball on the opposite field. But full count, fouls this one off.
Which that is an excellent pitch-to-pitch adjustment. We were just talking about how you hit that outside pitch by going away with it. The one before she missed, that one, she tried to go away and fouled it off, and it's a better result, and now she's seen one more pitch.
Which might make Tonkin change her mind here on this pitch. On where to call it.
Oh,
nice play from Belinda White. Good piece of the ball from Mason to give herself a chance and the Cats, but will ground out, leaving 2 runners stranded. They're threatening here, the Cats. They've had runners on every inning as Belinda White tidies that one up on the Aqaba Hotel replay.
Bill just makes it look so easy, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Soft hands, kept it low.
Hard hit ball.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like I already said, that's a really good adjustment throughout her at bat from Georgia Mason.
Absolutely.
To go from missing the outside pitch to hitting it hard on the ground, you know, it's just unfortunate that you hit it right to Bell. Because, I mean, like.
All right, let's recap the game. We've just ticked over 60 minutes, so about 30 minutes to go. We've completed 3. Taylor Caudle pitching for Walkerville out of Boise State University, 6 strikeouts, and her offense turned up in the second inning. It was batters in the bottom half of the order. Steph Gall led off with a walk, an infield single to Georgia Mason, and a 2-run triple to Erin Stone to score their 3 runs. She actually crossed the plate on a pass ball. Sturt on the other side of the scorecard have had 4 hits. One of them is an infield single. Maddie Cameron had an RBI double. Belinda White had an RBI single. But you look at the bottom 5 batters, it's been 6 strikeouts from 6 plate appearances. So Taylor Caudle will be looking to stamp some authority on the game right here. How'd I go?
Perfect. Couldn't have said it better than myself. Abby Weir's up to bat right now.
Sorry, I was just waving to the fans as Bill Benedictson crosses my path. Yeah, Abby Wheel is up to bat. She made a couple of adjustments in her first at bat, but was a strikeout victim. A lot of arms in that swing.
I was just thinking the same thing, actually. Yeah, very stiff. Just needs to try and relax and allow it to come through.
In two minds there. She pulled out and then made contact on the change of mind. I'm looking over at the Walkerville ball pen. There's a little bit of action. I can't imagine it would be a pitching change, but we'll keep one eye on that as we can see Taylor Caudle pitching against Abby Weir. Nice pitching for Caudle's 7th strikeout. Goes upstairs, climbs the ladder, and
just looks in control. Yeah, she just looks so much in control, putting it where she wants it to go. Abby just chasing after that one.
Durham running bunt. Caudle throws that one out to right field. It gets by Taylor. And the wheels on Durham. She'll stand up at 3. This one also gets away from the third base play, but great backup from Kelly Bested to reduce the damage. A running bunt's turned into a runner on 3.
And I love bunting. I think, especially, like you said, the bottom half of the lineup has been struggling. Dropping a bunt down, making yourself watch the ball all the way into your bat is a great idea, and it ended up with a great result for Durham, especially since she's got enough speed to get her all the way to third base on that errant throw.
Well, we saw on the Aqaba Hotel replay that the throw would have had her if it was on target, so it'll go down as a wild throw to the pitcher. There's Durham on third, and Sturt made a change.
They have. They've just brought in Natasha Straps. It's great to see her out here. It's her first turn at bat.
Yeah, she had a pinch hit against Port Adelaide on the weekend. And the commentators were, I'm sure she'll have a look at this one. First bit, bang, foul ball is a hard hit shot.
And why not? Give yourself as much opportunity to hit the ball. It is great to see Sturt trying some different things, especially instead of the lower part of the lineup. Make them make a play. Make them do something. There's no point in Taylor just throwing strikeouts and nothing happening. So watch the ball, put the ball in a bunt, make them make an error. That's
especially
exactly
with speed. Speed puts pressure on the defense.
Absolutely. Good opportunity here for Natasha to score Ollie.
Well, a ball in play, anything can happen. We just saw that from Durham. All right, wild throw puts it into scoring position.
Ball still climbing then, and she's had a go.
We're all quiet. We're waiting in anticipation for that pitch. We want the best for everyone on the diamond. We know that Tash had a big off season. Here's Caudle on screen ahead of the count 1-2. Durham on 3. It is a 1-run ball game. And Straps with good eyes. She'll go 2-2. Still plenty of time in this game. Still 20 minutes to go in the 90-minute games. No new innings after 85. It's a nice piece, but it goes foul.
Very famous name in the softball community here in South Australia, Straps. Rebecca used to pitch for Seacombe. Her auntie, yes.
And her father was a state representative for South Australia.
Yes.
Big Bruce wiry lefty.
Bruce and Dawn are very much helped in the community in softball.
Just jammed a little and it goes into foul territory. So she's Seen a fair few pitches here. A couple have gone foul.
Good turn of bat, honestly. Yet just hanging in there. She will get ones she wants eventually. She's just got to keep hanging in there, fouling off the ones she doesn't want.
And just to finish that off, her mother's a pretty handy player as well, and so is her brother Bradley. Good,
Said famous name.
Soppel family.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's off the bottom of the bat. You'll never see that again in this season.
Imagine if it were fair.
Watch this on the Walkerville Hotel replay. Straps just pulls out of that swing, and watch it here as it just hits the knob of the handle.
Well, you know, good on Cottle. That's a beautiful pitch up and in on the hands, right where you want it.
Absolutely. Chased her.
So a couple of things just going through the batter's head at the moment is, am I okay? But also, damn it, I've missed a ball there.
Yeah.
It's she goes to a full count now.
Or if she got hit, she would have been at first base, hit by a pitch ball. So
So what can you do?
that's right. It's just pure luck.
Full count, runner on third. This is a tight ball game here at West Beach.
That is an excellent at bat.
Really, there was a very good turn at bat.
Erin counts the
pressure back on
pitches.
Taylor.
Oh, she would have had 8
Yeah.
or 9
Yep.
here. Let's have a look at again on the Walkerville Hotel replay. Look at her response.
How did I do that?
Oh, base on balls. Well, we've got runners at the corners now for the Falcons. Abby Kennedy comes up to bat. Ashlyn Mensforth will re-enter back in the game, so Straps does her job.
I know we already said it, but that's a really good at bat. Battling, seeing pitches, fighting off the ones that are close till you know, letting go of the ones that you know for sure are balls. Get yourself a walk.
Swing and a miss there for Kenny. Who's that? Getting some TV time there.
Oh, that's Neely Peterson.
There's Neely Peterson. We
Wave,
just
Neely.
spoke about her power, a 2-run shot and a 3 RBIs, giving a wave
Give it away that way.
Wants a look at Taylor Caudle, fellow American. Where's Neely from?
Florida, Tampa.
Oh,
Mensforth, a delayed steal, forces the throw from Roberts into mine. She tried to hold it up, and then the ball gets away from the Walkerville defense. Let's have a look at the Walkerville Hotel replay. Durham scores from third.
It's a heads-up running on her. She saw the ball on the ground and took off running.
she beat it out.
Oh, yeah.
She only
Knew
has
her
a
speed.
chance, Durham.
Yeah,
She
told
knew
you
her
she's got
speed,
legs.
trusted her speed.
Yeah, knew she had legs.
Good, really good base running read. And now we got a tie game.
I think so.
Well, if she didn't, if she took it out of the glove in her fingers, if she didn't get a good grip on it, she wouldn't have control over the throw. That can happen sometimes when you rush. And Abby Kennedy is strikeout victim number 8, second of the inning. And just like I was talking about, the bottom 5 batters for the Sturt Falcons are all 8 strikeout victims for Caudle tonight. The top 4 have not been struck out. Sarah Tonkin had that fly ball to left field her first at bat, and an infield single that kind of went up the middle in her second plate appearance. So runner in scoring position for Sarah Tonkin at the top of the order. Dangerous hitter.
Oh, yeah. She's one of those hitters that, as a pitcher, you're like, how do I get her out? You just have to be very creative, and even then, she does a really good job of battling. She puts a bat on just about everything, and she hits it hard. So even when she gets out, she hits the crap out of the ball. So she's one of those that you don't want to give her anything really good to hit, especially not in this situation with a runner in scoring position.
Just outside.
Timeout called from Roberts just to have another chat, as the runner might be trying to sneak a peek of the signals, but the
Would you
Cats'
walk her?
defence are having a chat. That might be what
Yeah.
the conversation is.
Because it
Behind
wouldn't
the
hurt.
count.
Yeah, behind the count, 2 out, runner at 2, make a create a 4 situation, Rachel is coming out next.
Put a force on with 2 out.
You'd definitely be thinking about it.
But Rachel Tonkin's had a single and a sacrifice bunt in this game, so really contributing. I thought better of it, as Tonkin probably thought that there's no way this is going to be close. So she watches that one, takes a couple of steps towards first base and gets brought back from Hall of Fame umpire Damien McCauley.
You know, it could be one of those two where you don't want to just outright throw her 4 balls, but you know you're not going to put anything over the plate, so she's going to walk, make her earn it.
It's up and it's high, and Bested is half a step away from that one. A life for Tonkin, and maybe the Falcons here, as they've tied the ball game up here in the top half of the 4th inning. There's about 14 minutes of regulation play to go. Walkerville have a long inning, it could be it. So this could be Sturt's last opportunity to take a lead or extend a lead. And that will send her up to first base for Rachel Tonkin. So the force will be on now for the Walkerville defense. Catch a speed up, we'll see. .22. Don't have it on my team list yet. Regan, I'll get you to look over the shoulder there for us to find out who the pitch or the courtesy runner is for the catcher. Runners 1 and 2 for the Falcons as Tonkin pops this one up and Sophie King, doesn't matter in the end, the 3rd out is made. Well, it's a tied ball game. We're in the middle of the 4th. We've got about 13 minutes to go. Here's a look at the Arkabar replay of that final out. Wow, what a close contest this is. It could go any way. We've got the bottom 3 batters, the 7, 8, 9 batters due up for Walkerville. Falcons will be hoping for a quick inning to go round again, maybe, because they've got hitters 3, 4, 5 due up. But that, if we did go around again, would see the top half of the order for Walkerville due up. This is anyone's game. I see you note who's going to be the Sporties Bar player of the game. Well, we're looking for that moment, aren't we? We're looking for that moment in the game that is going to be the difference. At the moment for mine, one play has been, of course, Erin Stone's 2-run triple, and
that was big time.
It was, and then she scored on a pass ball as well. So to be that 3rd run.
Yeah, being responsible for all the runs that Walkerville has scored. Driving a minute and scoring the 3rd one herself.
Coming from the number 9 as well. That's a handy contribution. Let's go around the grounds and get a score update from the Glenelg versus Hills Heat game. Hills Heat got on the board in the 3rd inning. But they still trail 8 runs to 2. They've been out hit 10 hits to 2. There's been a couple of errors for both teams, but the difference might very well be Jade Peterson, 2 innings, 9 batters, 3 strikeouts. Emily Price has come in to do some pitching, a name that I'm not familiar with.
No, me either. So we'll see her on Saturday versus Seacombe, hopefully.
Emily Price, 1 inning of work, 6 batters faced. She gave up the 2 runs, but she threw 3 strikeouts in that inning. So another name to look out for. He didn't get a re-entry by the looks of things. So Casey Taylor came out for... It is a substitution. Taylor out and Mataira comes in. We saw there's a courtesy runner last inning. Now a pinch hitter, Jamie Mataira.
Tried for a running bump before, just fouled down the first base line.
Swing and a miss for the first out. And apologies to the Mataira family if I'm butchering the surname, doing my best here. As that's the first out. Ollie Durham now 6 strikeouts for the game.
And I like the approach that she took. Like we've been saying, coming up on the bottom of the lineup. And, you know, if in your first at bat, you're kind of struggling to see the pitcher dropping down a bunt. It's a great way to see the ball.
First pitch swinging for Kelly Bassett, pops it up to second base. Rachel Tonkin, so 2 quick outs.
Yes, exactly what Sturt would have wanted here. 2 quick outs. Does bring up
Erin Stone.
Yes, so this will be interesting. See what adjustments Sarah will make after Erin's good hit the last time.
And I do see the outfield shifting down to cover that right field line because that's where she placed that ball last time.
Good start from Ollie there, getting on top early.
And I think it's a good shift too because, you're leaving left field open a bit, but you make Stone prove that she can turn on Ollie's speed and put it down that line. If she hurts you there, then good on her.
Exactly right.
Nice pitch, keeping it down and away from Stone. She did hit it opposite field, but it was an inside out, wasn't it?
Correct.
From memory.
At least to me, it looked pretty inside out, which, is a really good job on her and keeping her hands inside the ball and getting a barrel on a ball that was a tough pitch to hit. Tough pitch to handle.
Pitch there from Ollie, making it just getting that ball away from the strike zone. Should come back now. Strikeout pitch.
Two now for Stone. There was a close-up of her a couple of pitches ago. It really looked like she was thinking about it, wasn't she? She was down 0-2. She's fought back. She's 2-2 now with 2 out in a tied game. Fouls this one off. So turns out to be a good battle and a good at-bat. There's 82 minutes. Another batter takes us to the top of the order for Walkerville. Potential for a tie ball game. She gets a great piece of the ball just off the tip of the glove from Cameron. That player, Erin Stone, aboard as the ball just gets away a little bit from the Falcons. So they'll be looking for a quick out if they want to take it to another inning, but it's Sophie King up to bat. Oh, Cameron tried to climb the ladder there just out of reach, and it could be the difference, couldn't it, between a tied ball game and another inning as Sophie King, the top of the order now for Walkerville.
That's a really good piece of the ball she got. And I was just thinking about it. Hitters on both lineups have done an excellent job all night of, even if it doesn't necessarily end in a result as good as Stone's have been her 2 at-bats, they're seeing so many pitches. And they're making the pitchers work really hard for their results. And, it wears them down. It makes them tired. And it gives you a better chance to hit the ball and play.
It's up high. Cameron under it has got a mega mitt and takes a great catch there at shortstop. We're going to go around again as plate umpire Damien McCauley takes a look at the clock. We're about 83 minutes in, so we will go to a 5th as the Cats nearly got their noses in front. Erin Stone had a second hit of the night. Here's a look at the Aqaba Hotel replay and the 3rd out of the inning. Well, anyone's game. Sturt have scored in 3 of their innings, whereas Walkerville scored in 1. But both lineups, in the heart of the order. So it could be anyone. It could be a brave person to tip a winner from here.
Absolutely. What a great game of softball. We've had everything from balls hitting the knob of the bat to... We've had everything. It's been an absolutely great game of softball to watch. Interesting to see who comes out the winner. Or we're going to stick with the draw 3-all. Especially with Sturt now having Bell as a lead-off. Should be eager to get on base and start that rally.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage for the Falcons. Having Belinda White, it'll be the 3rd time she's seen Caudle based on balls first time up. Maybe lucky to have not been rung up on that outside edge. But you're going to back the umpire's call on that when you're a level 8 Hall of Fame umpire, then an RBI single, her second plate appearance. So maybe advantage Falcons here, but we'll see. Caudle's got 8 strikeouts. So let's see how this pans out. We've got a great ball game here, the Falcons and the Cats.
Absolutely, because Bell and Maddie get on base. Caudle's been proving all game that she's able to get herself out of situations with runners on. Those 8 strikeouts don't come from nothing.
Absolutely. Or you just want to try and minimise the damage that these two can do. So if you can just get the ball on the ground, you know, if they just get a single, that's, you know, you can, work the lower part of the batting lineup. Oh, pitch.
Good change up from Caudle. Just for the local players, the Adelaide competition will look a little different this weekend with the Beta Birdwoods preparation. So a lot of games we played on the Barrett West this weekend, but there's still Premier League games on. Walkerville versus Port Hills versus West Torrens are live on Space Quake Sports at 3 p.m. It is game of the day. Seacombe Tigers versus the Glenelg Rebels right here live on Saturday. First TV game of the year, Reagan.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. Like I said, I like playing on TV here. It makes me feel big time. That's a huge strikeout.
We're a bit speechless, aren't we? Because we've seen these two go at it tonight. It looked like White had the ascendancy, but Caudle just fights back with a strikeout. That's strikeout number 9, and the big scalp of White here in the top half of the final inning. It's the 5th.
Taylor pitched a beautiful change up to Bell pitch before there, which probably set up that strikeout there.
Cameron went first pitch, her first at bat, and then she has watched 2 first pitch strikes.
Since, yes.
Since.
It's definitely. Caudle's doing a really good job of painting that inside corner, which, as a hitter, first pitch, same thing. It's a pitch.
A little bit
That's
of a change
probably
of
the one
pace.
she's looking for, first pitch.
Cameron smashes that one into foul territory.
Do you throw a change up here? Just tuck the ball to left field there like that?
In the dirt, yes.
Well, the change up was working, so...
Chuck one in the dirt inside.
Yeah.
I throw it inside to Maddie because that way if she gets a piece of it, it's going to go foul.
No, made a chase. 2 big strikeouts.
That, in the context of the game, is huge for
Absolutely.
Walkerville and Caudle. She might not know who she's up against, but you know they are the 2 of the top 5 hitters that this competition's had for the last decade that she's struck out at a clutch moment in the game. So now Walkerville with the advantage, you'd say. Timeout called, and
she just looks so controlled in everything she's doing. Not showing any emotion, just getting on with the job. She knows what her job is. Totally in control of it.
Yeah, Coach Adams, it's taking some time to have a chat to a young hitter, Hannah Hutchinson, who's had 2 strikeouts in this game. They need a base runner. They need it now here at the Falcons. In a 3-all ball game, we've reached 88 minutes, so we will not see another start to an inning, but we will finish this one. 0-1, chasing a high pitch.
If Walkerville's able to get out of this with no run scored this innings, they're setting themselves up really well for a walk-off opportunity, especially with the top of their lineup coming up.
Yes.
Going a little high on that occasion, Caudle, but it's a recipe that's worked so far tonight. Low for a ball, so something different for Hutchison. A called strike will go 2-2.
Big pitch here.
High for a ball. Nice from Hutchison to go full. This one's going to be in and around the mark, you'd think.
And I do think this is a really good at-bat from Hutchison, especially the way that her last 2 are going. And she's taken a lot of pitches. She looks much more patient, and she looks more in control of her bat.
strikeout swinging for the second time in the game. She's had a 1-2-3 inning, striking out the side. And it just happens to be in the top half of the final inning. It's the fifth final because it's time in the game. So Walkerville, as you said, Reagan, as we watch this final pitch, a walk-off opportunity for Walkerville Cats.
Big innings here now for Sturt. Ollie's got to do basically the same thing as what Taylor just did. Get on top early.
Well, you've got to, if they win the game from here, you've got to think either Erin Stone or Taylor Caudle for player of the game. She's thrown 10 strikeouts. She's restricted Sturt to just 4 hits. It was a couple of walks and a pass ball that scored Durham to tie the game up in the fourth. So not a bad first game on the Spaceway Sports broadcast for Taylor Caudle, but a little bit of weight on the shoulders of this young player, Ollie Durham. She's thrown 6 strikeouts of her own in 4 innings of work, only given up the 5 hits, 2 of them to Erin Stone.
This is one of those positions to be in that's it's exciting. It's a little nerve-wracking, but it should be more exciting that you've got a chance to shut out the game because, the defense doesn't come out and do their job, then game's over.
Absolutely. All Ollie needs to worry about is hitting that glove.
Absolutely. She's been looking really good all game. I think she continues doing what she's doing, and I think she'll see a good result from the end of this inning.
Gets the ball into play, forces a play from shortstop Maddie Cameron, fires it across to White for the first out. Had the right idea, get the ball on the deck.
Yeah, well fielded by Maddie though. Totally controlled there, charged it. Got her feet in the right spot with that rocket arm she's got.
Only a step away. So the Cats now down to their final 2 outs to chance to win it.
Maddie Cameron with a nice quick transfer because she takes any longer on that transfer, that runner beats the throw.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't want to say that I jinxed it at the top of the show, but in my intro, I said that who will stalk their prey in search of their first win of the season? A draw will keep them both winless. Roberts crushes this to the opposite field. It does go straight to Hutchison, who tries to make a 9-3 play, but they've got a runner aboard here. The Cats, Sophie Roberts, with a nice hard shot to the opposite field.
Ollie's been peppering that outside of the pitch, out of the plate all game against Sophie. So Sophie knew that. And she thought, this time I'm actually going to go with the pitch. And she got all of it. It was a good piece of the ball.
And I love the right fielder trying to make that play, especially a ball that's hit hard enough that she had a fairly good chance. And
yeah, just got stuck in the glove, I think.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get it out quick enough.
2 hits for the game for Roberts. There is 1 out. Matida up to bat. She reached on an error to second base her last time. Is this called? No, Matida. I saw the name on the back of the shirt. We might be looking at.
Is this Tia?
yes, Tia.
Yep.
Seth Gore in the on-deck circle. Yeah, it's a different name on the back of the shirt that got me out there. Sophie Roberts on first, all smiles. Got to be tempted to maybe try and push her across as there's a strikeout victim. Well, with 2 out now, we could see some wheels come out here. Let's have a look to see who's the courtesy runner. Is it Casey Taylor?
60. Yes, it is.
Casey
yeah,
Taylor
it is.
will come back in as the pinch runner. The Aqaba Hotel replay showing that strikeout. So strikeout number 7 now for Ollie Durham. As Gall gets a piece of this ball, there's 2 out. Ashlyn Mensforth had just been changed out to right field, and she takes the catch. We've got a tied game. Kylie's going to take off and try and grab player of the game. It's Stone or it's Caudle. I'll let you make the call for that as we watch the third and final out of that inning. Ashland Mensforth making that catch. 3-3 game. Reagan.
I think that was a really well played game. Like, it was excellent pitching performances from both Ollie and from Caudle, and then the hitting the lineup up and down, excellent at bats. Everyone went deep in the count. They saw a lot of pitches. They did what they were supposed to do, and excellent comeback from Sturt, and good job on their defense holding them to only 3 runs.
Well, we have completed our Wednesday night games. We've so what have we had? 6 games in the season so far, Reagan. Every team has a point or 2. Sturt and Walkerville 1 point apiece. We're going to assume that Glenelg won that game. They were 10-2 up, 10-3 up against Hills, which means that Glenelg, West Torrens, Port Adelaide, Hills and Seacombe all tied for first place early in the season, of course, on 2 points, but only 1 point behind them, Walkerville and Sturt splitting the points tonight. Kylie Weatherstone's on diamond. She's got the Sporties Bar Player of the Game.
Yes, thanks, James. I do. I have Erin Stone with me at the moment, who is our player of the day. Fantastic performance there. You hit the ball. That hit down the right field line was absolutely fantastic. Well done.
Thank you so much, yeah.
So what do you think was your reason for the great game today? 3-3 was a great game against Sturt. How do you think you went as a team?
Yeah, I think we're finally just starting to gel. We've got a few new players, but we are really starting to gel and it's looking good. And we're positive when we come out here at every game and we want to bat, we want to win. We're playing to win. So, yeah, it's really positive.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the performance and good luck for the rest of next on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
Well done, mate. Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Kylie. And that was Erin Stone, your Sporties Bar Player of the Game, thanks to the Bar Hotel. And Reagan Diaz, a good person to have player of the game. She had 2 hits, she had 2 RBIs, she scored a run, and defensively she was pretty solid at second base for the Cats. Erin Stone.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Like we already said, Caudle has an excellent pitching performance, but you can't win without run production. And Stone came up, she had runners on base, she did what she needed to do, came up clutch, and then had excellent base running herself when she got on third and scored that run. Those 3 runs are huge.
Thought we might have added stacked deck with 2 pitchers helping to pick the player of the game, but sanity prevails with that run production. Well put there, Reagan Diaz, who's been a guest commentator for it tonight. You can see a live in action on this Saturday, Seacombe Tigers versus Glenelg Rebels. Kylie, we were just saying that every team in the competition's got a point. The tied game sees Sturt and Walkerville 1 point apiece, with Glenelg, West Torrens, Port Adelaide Hills and Seacombe tied for first on 2 points early on in the season, of course, this week on Spacequake Sport. This Saturday, Glenelg Rebels, Seacombe Tigers, just mentioned that, 3 p.m. Featuring Reagan Diaz. On Tuesday night, the Sunshine Classic, under 21, softball Victoria. It's the Hornets and the Chargers, and then we're back next Wednesday night, Port Adelaide versus Glenelg Rebels, who had a big win against the Hills Heat tonight. Let's wrap things up. Any final comments?
I thought it was a great game of softball. Really interested to see how these 2 teams go for the rest of the season, and I enjoyed working with both of you tonight. It's good.
Thanks, Kylie.
No, absolutely. I think I've already said my piece. Gritty performances on offense and defense for both teams. Fun to watch.
You recovered well after spilling your drink on the table, Reagan.
Wasn't
well
my
done
fault.
Commentating tonight.
It wasn't
Thank
my
you.
fault.
Thank you so much to Bar Hotel. That was a cheap shot there, drive-by. Apologies, Reagan. Thanks to the Bar Hotel, Sporties Bar, Spacequake Sports, MC Sports, where we will see you on Saturday.